Welcome, Lego Star Wars fans, to a Star Wars Advent Calendar review. This is set number 7958 and came out in 2011. It was the first Advent calendar under the Star Wars umbrella. I don't know if it was the first Advent calendar of its kind. There may have been others that I'm just not knowledgeable. I didn't do any research on this. But it is the first in the Star Wars line, and you can, after going through this, I think we'll see why they kept it going. Is it originally came at the nice price point, which held up until recently at that $39.99 price point, $40. It basically came in. Usually these launch in September. They're done by the end of the year, and then you're looking at aftermarket after that. So these are something, it's very seasonal in nature. And, originally the funny story is that as I was looking at these advent calendars when I got back in the game right around 2017, 2008, I saw the one that was for Last Jedi. I believe it was the 2019. It was like, this looks a little kind of dumb, especially since I'm getting some of the figures already in other sets. So, why do people get these? Well, I come to kind of realize that getting all these great parts and then the figures themselves from expensive sets is a really nice holiday gift for a lot of Lego Star Wars collectors. So let's go into this a little bit further and kind of like how I kind of look at this particular battle pack. So, or I should say Advent calendar. So day one, and I've got this all day one. So one, two, let's see, all each week leading up to Christmas Eve itself. They started with a little bit of a holiday flavor. This is like a holiday tantive right out of the gate. I love all of the parts. It does kind of creak when you build it because this. I got this from two different lots, and the parts are 11 years old, so it definitely creaked. Then day two gave us. This is not a unique to this set, but a nice inexpensive way to get Newt. And I think the Advent calendar may have. Wasn't the sole purpose, but it definitely helped Newt keep his value down a little bit. I think he would have creeped up a little bit more. Not even sure what this is. Some sort of a crab droid kind of deal of some kind. It's very creaky. The parts are brown and probably break if I did too much with it. Then the spider homing droid, which is really, that was a great. There was a couple different sets with this type of build in it. And it was nice to see. Get a lot of great parts. Love it. Right out of the gate, they knew what was up. I mean, just think about it. The designers had to do this a couple years in advance to at least start thinking about it and making these builds work. And, of course, the Slave One or Boba Fett's starship is definitely a good starting point. Then they kind of like, hey, we've had enough of the micro builds. Let's get in the minifigure game again. It's kind of a little, his eyes don't really have much printing. It's a little bit not my favorite Chewbacca. This has been in a bunch of sets, so very popular figure. I would say some of the figures that we've seen, even though they're not necessarily unique, it's not huge value on the market. Like Chewbacca's getting 4 or 5, probably that standard. I think most of these figures are getting hard to get for less than $5 in a lot of cases. They're starting to creep up there into that $5, $6, $7, $8 range. Then this is the first little weapon rack. I'm sure a lot of people they complain over that. I kind of like this. I like this for if you're creating a base or something like that. These are nice Star Wars little features that you're getting kind of hints from the designers, so I don't mind it as much. Then going in next, they decided to add in a little Zev Seneca in a white helmet on day 8. Not the best figure. Really wish there would have been some printing. I don't know what happened. They just kind of forgot the ink on that day. But in that, because of that, he's lost a little bit of value. I don't see him going much online more than like $4 to $6. Even though it's exclusive to the set, you just don't see it. Then this is a standard, basically just bigger than a polybag. It's a good looking X-Wing, but it is what it is. Then there was an Imperial shuttle, I believe, not too far after this, or maybe right before, so they did one of those, and which will probably be attempted multiple times. This is the big controversial thing for all advent calendars. So since 2011, they at least in this one did a pilot droid and didn't do just a plain one without any sort of print at all. Blue's not very festive, but I don't know. At least it's better than plain. Then next, the snow speeder. This is not a bad first try. Of course, Lego. They've got to keep trying more and more. Then this astromech. This is a great figure to be included. It is R2Q5. Let's see if we can give you a better look. It's a really nice droid. I don't really even know what it was from. I think it was from one of the Star Destroyer potentially, or no, Death Star. Sorry, this was one of the droids that was in the Death Star, one of the Death Star sets. And then, of course, in the Death Star, boy, I can't speak. That's a whole mouthful. These mouse droids, I wish they would stop including this. This isn't really worth like wasting a full day. Then after Zev takes a digger. After that, let's see, where'd we go? Oh, then they decided to do a little TIE fighter. This one's super small. A couple nice parts, but that's another waste. I think between the two of these, that's kind of waste of parts allocation. Then classic, you got to do. That's a nice little gunship. It looks the part. Good parts usage. So overall, that's pretty nice for 2011. Then they went into right next to that is this is the clone pilot, I believe. Let me double check and confirm. Yeah, this is Phase 1 Clone Trooper pilot. It is unique to this set, so there aren't any others. There are a few that are just like it. They did a microfighter with that as well. And then, of course, back with the weapons rack. Although this is a good one because you get a really unique color. That is so cool. It's such a good color. For a lightsaber, a couple weapons, these nice pieces. So I'll take those all day long. Then from there, let's see, we got the Y-Wing, which is pretty nice. So there's not really much to it. Pretty basic. But, it looks the part. Then we've got a TIE fighter. This is a good one. This was actually a Defender pilot, which I don't have. He is totally without a face. Very basic. And really like this figure overall. Real menacing. Love these pilots. That is awesome. And he did the Defender, not just a standard TIE. Then we've got our first attempt at a Millennium Falcon. This is just straight up bad. We'll take the parts and just run with them at this point. So a couple of the builds. Here's another A-Wing. This is so small. It's cute. I guess it does the job. I don't know why after you build this one, it's such a popular ship that you're going to do more, but I don't know. It's barely worth the parts for an advent calendar. Then really cool part in this, I had to build this out of my own parts, but Star Wars decided to throw in the Christmas tree to get everybody started on the advent calendar. And bringing it home is Yoda, the man. One of the most popular and beloved characters in Star Wars is Yoda. In pop culture, apparently he's sending some Ukrainian letters with the yellow and blue. Who knew that? He foretold, he saw it in the Force. and he is the big highlight of this series. His value itself jumps into that $12 to $15 range. You might be able to get him a little bit less. There's not a huge market for those seasonal specific Star Wars figures. But there are like a niche group of people that are collecting all of them. So it is worthy of collecting. I now have Santa Yoda. Well, Santa Yoda with backpack in my collection. I'm really happy about it. Happy about getting some extra army guys. There's a lot of cool things you can do with Newt to kind of change him up. The great and mighty Chewbacca, some more droids to shoot down and build into my army. Really just a nice smattering of parts that I'm going to really enjoy. And if nothing else, the 2011 Advent calendar was a success, so it kept going, and now still here in 2022, it is still going. So for 11 years now, so that makes that there's 12 Advent calendars out there in the wild, and it's just really exciting that we have these great way to get figures. I mean, you look at for $40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even at $5 a figure, I mean, if you throw this guy out, $6 a figure, your costs are covered. Plus, I didn't really mention them, but you get a bunch of good parts for greebling or whatever you want to use. You times that every year. That's a huge deal. So with that, thank you so much for watching this 2011 review. I am a big fan of this set, and I'm really, really pumped that it's in my collection. So that's all for now. Make sure to like, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next Star Wars review. Probably an Advent calendar, since I got 5 of them this year. So we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.